Hello, welcome students. In this session of C++ tutorial, I will be explaining you how to make the member functions of the class inline, and also tell you the different ways of defining the member functions of the class. Okay, so first let me begin with the inline functions. Okay, as you all know that we have a class test, okay, with the private data member and the member functions. Okay, now in this case, the for the member function read a, we have the definition provided over here. Okay, and for the member function print a, the definition is provided over here. Okay, so in order to make the function, the member function inline, just precede the definition with the keyword inline. Okay, the same holds for the next function also. Okay, but what do you mean by inline? The moment you make the member function to be as inline, okay, the function, okay, gets expanded at the time of invocation. Okay, so the meaning of that is, when I say t dot read a, instead of calling this function, the function itself comes over here and gets expanded. And with this, here we don't deal with function calls. The meaning of this is, when I call the function t dot read a, the control goes to the read a, executes the body of read a, comes back. Right? In this case, we find that control is transferred from the main to the member function and member function back to main. But when I make the member function to be as inline, that doesn't happen. There is no function call at all. Instead, the function itself, okay, the entire function itself, okay, is dispatched, okay, or it is transferred from here to here, and it gets expanded during at the time of invocation. Right? And remember that you cannot make all functions inline. Right? Only small functions can be made inline, and it's up to the compiler to decide whether you can make the function inline or not. So you have the privilege to provide this inline keyword to any function, but the compiler decides whether to make that function inline or not. Most of the small functions are made inline. Fine. So this is how we make the function inline. And also one more important thing about inline functions is, you cannot make recursive functions inline. And regarding recursive functions, I better suggest what is, go to the compiler definition, documentation, and understand whether the recursive functions can be made inline or not. Right? This is the way how you make the member functions inline. Okay, and as I was mentioning that I'll also tell you the ways of defining the member functions. So this is one way, when you define the member functions outside the class using the scope resolution operator. Okay, the scope resolution operator tells that this read a belongs to the class test. Okay, so this is one way wherein we have both the definitions provided over here. Now the other way is directly, I'll just do what is, cut this part. I provide the definition inside the class itself. Okay, and the same for the other member function. Fine. So I no more need these definitions which are outside the class. Okay, fine with this. So this is the way wherein you can make the you can define the member functions inside the class. Right? One is using the scope resolution operator outside the class. This is other way. Okay, and remember one thing, Whenever the functions are inside the function definition is made inside the class, they are by default inline. I need not proceed it with the keyword inline. Okay. They are by default inline. So I hope you have understood the inline concept as well as ways of defining the function. Thank you.